What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about LCX token today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Before we do, if you're new to this channel or new to watching LCX, you've never heard of LCX, you're not invested in it, but you're like, hey, this guy talks about some things that move up sometimes, some things that move down sometimes. Maybe this is a coin worth looking into. Definitely do look into it, right? I'm not. It's good to do the price analysis and know what to expect as well, but do some fundamental research. Look into it and see if it's something that you can get behind. Don't whenever you read about it, whenever you do research, don't just believe every good thing that people say as if it's gold, as if someone's like trapping out rainbows and now it's reality. And don't believe every negative thing either, right? Use critical thinking. Read everything that you read whenever it comes to divulging information about any project, let alone LCX, as if you're reading someone's sales pitch. They're selling it to you, so they're going to make it sound nice, and that's good. You want it to sound nice, right? Of course, but don't. If you hear things like it's going to change the world, that's what they promise. That's what they're saying to make it appetizing to the average investor, right? I don't expect LCX to change the world, but I do expect it to bring some pretty good returns this cycle. I think it's got a lot of potential. In fact, actually, let's start off with that. And then we'll get into the short-term stuff here, okay? LCX token. Let's see, what market cap are we at? I didn't even have to click on it. It would have told me. $177 million, perfect. So LCX here on a monthly basis has been around since 2019. Okay, 2019. It came about. It's already been in one bull cycle. It had a hell of a bear cycle. It wasn't actually that bad even. Let me see, high to low. I guess it was 94% is pretty bad. That's about average in crypto. Just overall on this chart, it didn't look that bad. But 94% is definitely a big move down. But again, very standard for crypto. If we're at 175, let's say 177 million. Let's just round it up to 180 million. 180 million dollars right now. A 10x would be 1.8 billion. 100x would be 18 billion. A 100x at 18 billion dollar market cap. This thing's in its second bull cycle. Yeah, it can see an 18 billion dollar market cap. Absolutely. It's an exchange token. It's a hot exchange token in Europe. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and it's compliant with like a lot of all the EU regulations and stuff from what I know about, right? And they're very tight about this stuff. This is going to be one of the only on-ramps for Europeans in crypto. I think, I don't know. That's what it seems to be. It seems to be a really big deal, and it's only going to get to be a bigger deal. And as it grows, I'm assuming that a measly market cap, I say measly with quotes because I'm talking about $18 billion here, at a 100x potential from here. I think that is really possible. I think that we could genuinely see that. 18 billion going from 180 million to $18 billion in market cap valuation. That is not a small task. That's not a small quest to set forth on, right? That is a big move. But $18 billion, especially for a coin that's in its second bull cycle, it's a very attainable number. Let alone 36 billion. 72 billion is even possible. We've seen coins, meme coins, see market caps that are at $80 billion in their first bull cycle. Shiba Inu, it wasn't a scam coin, right? It doesn't matter. It's pretty irrelevant nowadays. I think Shiba's going to do well this cycle to all the Shibites out there holding Shiba coin, but again, it saw 80 billion in its first bull cycle. This thing's in its second bull cycle. It has more than just a meme going for it. It has a lot of fundamentals behind it as well. Could it see a $70 billion market cap? Well, if it does, and I think it can, if it does, instead of a 100x, you could see a 400x, something like that. Once we get to this, it's kind of pushing the barrier. I think anything for its first to second cycle, you keep it at about like maybe a 20 billion to an 80 billion dollar market cap if you're looking for those high expectations. It doesn't mean that it's guaranteed to happen, but if you have a winner, if you have something that is going to grow, that's kind of the range we look for. So this is at the top of that range, but yeah, that's right around $100. Nice psychological level for resistance as well. 400x, $9,600 price, nice area for resistance, let alone just a measly 100x all the way down here at about 25 bucks, 20 bucks itself. I think that we absolutely will and can see those prices. This token is a multi-100x token, right? This, by the way, high to low, I really do think it is going to probably stop right here at about 25 bucks. That's a 107x from here, from its current price. The reason why is because a lot of cryptos do like to stop between their 1886 and their 2618 area, specifically around their 2272s. It could go higher, but to me, right, if we're talking about this, it does get a little bit less likely. We're talking about a 300x, and while that is possible, while we just discussed how that is completely possible and it really could happen, it becomes less likely to me the higher up the chain we go, right? Once you start getting past 100x, prices beyond that start getting, and I shouldn't even say that because the 2272, it's very likely you actually do go just above it. It's very common to go just above the 2272, so something that's above 30 bucks is even possible. But as you get further away from this 2272, it becomes less and less likely, right? Especially as you get above this 2618. Now, sometimes you do, and $100, I meant it when I said it. It is a possible target, but to me, getting above the 2618 just seems, from a Fibonacci perspective, it seems very unlikely, right? Because you would either, if you get above it, you would go all the way up here, and I don't see this thing being worth over $100 billion by the end of the cycle. Maybe it is, maybe I'm underestimating it, but at that rate, guys, we're talking about a 600, 700x. It's crazy. It's already crazy enough at 100x, right? This is crypto. I know that we think 100x's are just passed out left and right, but even then, a 100x is not guaranteed. I really have a lot of confidence this thing will 100x or more from here, but the 1618, maybe you only get a 15x, a 16x. Boo-hoo. Maybe you only get a 35x to a 49x. There's no guarantee that we get 100x, but there is likely going to be some growth had by the end of the cycle from here, okay? Talked about the long-term stuff. Let's get into the short-term stuff, okay? 23 cents now. I did sell some recently at about 24 cents. And I wanted to buy some here, but man, last night, it was not a good night for me. I wanted to. I was about to place buy orders, and something came up that demanded my time. I had to step away, and of course, as I stepped away, I'm like, oh, it's higher. Maybe it'll go back down, and it just didn't go back down. It keeps going up. It's very common, low to high, when you hit your golden ratio, to find resistance at the 0.5 to 382 area. However, it's less common to just rip right through it, and that's exactly what you did. You ripped right through the golden or the 382. Sometimes you do go all the way up to the 236. What I would look for here is that you probably don't go above 24.5 cents. Okay, if you do move up higher, you don't have to move up higher. You could turn around from here, but 24.5 cents, 24.6 cents could happen. If you go up there, I would expect that you pull back to 22.6 cents, something that's right around, if not just below where we're at now, if not all the way back down to 21 cents. There is the possibility that we could return to the golden ratio, and still even the possibility that we go lower, but oftentimes when you talk about going lower than the golden ratio, you find resistance at the 382 or certainly at the 0.5, of which you did neither. So to me, the idea that we see a lower low, it's off the table. I think that was it for LCX. That move right there down to about 18.8 cents, that was the low. I don't think we go lower. No, sir. I think that was it. Well, I guess this was the low here at 16 cents to be completely fair. Days earlier, right? Really what it looks like LCX is getting set up for is an inverse head and shoulders pattern, right? You've got your left shoulder here, you've got your head, and now you're forming your right shoulder, okay? And oftentimes the left shoulder is bigger than the right shoulder, oftentimes. When this move breaks out, and this, I think this is an inverse head and shoulders pattern. Let's just see real quick. Let's see. The volume profile, it's not perfect. It doesn't have to be an inverse head and shoulders. I mean, to be fair, that low is kind of weird, but that was a weird day too. That was kind of like a fake out of a day. If this is a head and shoulders pattern, I think it is, from a low to a high, and I'm not taking the scam wick, I'm just taking the actual low of the head here. We put it at the breakout point, which would be about there. That would be good for a move that takes you all the way up to about 50 cents. And that's great because 50 cents means you're getting above this high here, so we can talk about extensions all the way here. That's your minimum target on that extension too. What a coincidence. Not only are you getting above this high here and seeing these extensions, but you're getting above this high here. You're going to see new highs compared to this whole cycle, breaking above an area of resistance you've been holding since 2024 in March, a whole year ago, right? And the minimum target there would actually be your next target up. Your measure move will likely get hit, but I think that you actually continue upwards, right? All I'm saying is on a daily perspective, this thing looks like it wants to move up 116%. This will likely happen sometime over the coming weeks. By the end of March, I would expect that we're up all the way at about $1 or more, right? By the end of March, we're at about $1 or more. If we're not at $1 or more by the end of March, we certainly are on our way to prices above $1 by the end of April. I think we'll see targets somewhere around $1.33, maybe as high as $5.66. The reason why I'm considering this target area is because that's your 2618 there on your overall greater fib, and it just coincidentally happens to line up with these obscure fibs, these deeper fibs at the 3618 to 3786. Okay. Oftentimes I don't look for the threes, but this is a smaller fib retrace or extension. Fib retracement leading into the extension, smaller fib zone. So oftentimes with smaller zones, you do hit those deeper retracements or extensions, sorry. High to low here, 2618, definitely could see that happening as well. But anything, I would say anything from about, I suppose that would be about a 20x to a minimum of about a 3.8x is what I would expect out of this next move. A rather immediate move, when you do break above your head and shoulders pattern, that will take you probably up to about 50 cents, and that'll be about an 80% pump from the current prices. You can expect to see that happen once we break above about 27 cents. When we get above 28 cents, you guys, 28 cents and above there, we're on our way and we're not stopping until 50 cents, and likely higher than that. We likely do go higher than that. So very soon we're going to do that. We are developing this pattern still. We've hit the low already. I don't think we go lower than 18.8 cents. I really don't think we go below that, actually. So what I would assume is, going back to this relative fib here, I would assume it's not that one. It's this one that we were looking at. Low to high here, right? It's this low, sorry. Low to high here. And we shouldn't take that one, right? Because that was the scare if Monday. We'll do this one. We'll do this low to high. Golden ratio up above your 382, not common, but hey, you're hitting this golden ratio here of the high to low. You're hitting that. Pulling back to the 0.5382, common. What did you do? Did you already pull back? No, you didn't. Okay, so I think LCX will move down to about 22 cents. Barely below there, but basically 22 cents is where it's going to go down to over the coming hours, and then it's on its way up. Where's it going to go to? It's going to go all the way up to about 28 cents, and then once it breaks 28 cents, it's not stopping to 50 cents, and I don't think this is going to happen all in the coming hours. I think we're just going to move down in the coming hours. We could consolidate for days to come. Who knows how long we'll consolidate for. We did that in this range last time. We can do it again. We can be volatile and move sideways in this range for weeks if we need to. But when we do break above 28 cents, it's go time to new cycle highs, prices above 50 cents, and then beyond, okay? So not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but if you're looking to buy LCX, get your buy order set. Here at 23 cents is not a bad price. If all we're expecting is it to go to 22 cents, which with maybe a 20-cent drop at the most, 23 cents is not a bad price to buy, at least not in my opinion. So not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but LCX I definitely think has good prospects going for it. Overall, right now it is in a bit of a bull flag right here with this move up. That's the flag pole. This is the flag itself. If this is a bull flag, and I think that it is a bull flag, the way that you measure this is you take your flag pole, you put it at the base of your flag. That measurement takes you to 73 cents, right? We were talking about 50 cents for your inverse head and shoulders pattern, which I think will take you there. 50 cents is the minimum target here, but the bull flag maneuver would take you up to your golden ratio too. So there's ways of making sense of both odds and ends of this range here. 51, 72 cents, $1, I don't care. You're going to go there very, very soon. I expect well before the end of March you'll be in this area, probably over the coming weeks, just the next 2 weeks. I got nothing else for you guys. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more. When I do buy some LCX for a short-term position, I'll let you know, but I haven't bought in yet. I'm going to tell you right now, actually, I will set buy orders right now at 22.4 cents, because I think it will go below 22 cents, but I don't want to buy it here, so I'll probably just buy a little bit lower, 22.4, eat that slight loss down to like 22 cents or even 20 cents. Get in there, and we'll go from there, yeah. I'm going to put some buy orders in right now at those prices, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Bye-bye.